The accounts.
They're out. They're in. They're in, they're out.
They're in, they're out. We did an account down episode a while ago.
Yep.
I did a quick skim, put a tweet out about all of this.
I did a quick video about it, saying that we'd be in.
People, Wednesday fans on Twitter going, oh, why is every Wednesday fan become an account? And I was like, it's not really hard to read. You just look at the brackets for the losses and you can briefly skim it. But yeah, I did look at them all and I did break it all down. However, The Athletic have done an article on it.
Done a fantastic job, actually.
So, like, I did all my work and then they put it better than I did. So
he did all the work and then sent me a message saying, you still got The Athletic? Yep, there you go.
So I did do that. Is this Nancy?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, because she's the went to correspondent.
Double check it as I read it. So this is from The Athletic. This is basically, I'll give you a read. We've not, as we always say when we read a big article, we're not reading it all. Go check out the article. We want to give credit to where it's come from, but this is basically taking what I briefly skimmed from the accounts and going into detail after it's. That's the great thing about talking about a few days after we get to look at it. It is
Nancy Forstick and Matt Slater.
Right, cool. So, quote, Sheffield Wednesday made an operating loss of 24 million, struggled to slash their wage bill and pay 2.5 million to rent Hillsborough. The latest set of accounts for the 2019-20 season reveal. Standout figures from the account show that Wednesday's turnover was 20.8 million, while the wage bill was 33.5 million, heading into a summer that saw a number of high earners leave the club. Notably, the accounts, like those from the season before, 2018-19, contained a note of material of uncertainty from the auditors, which states that additional funding from owner Deshfon Chansiri will be required for the club to continue operating. Now, break out from that quote there. Obviously, Chansiri, it said in the accounts when we said it last time that he'd be bankrolling it. And I was very... Again. Yeah, and he's give the assurances like he did last time. So I've seen that in there. I actually highlighted that as a point when people were going, Chansiri doesn't want to fund the club. No, we are. This is why I was saying be careful what you wish for, because the last accounts worried me with how much
funded by Chansiri at the moment.
Exactly. So back into the article. This time around, it's worth noting that the accounting period has been adjusted to cover just 12 months, whereas the last accounts were originally published to cover a period of 14 months. They were looking to include the Hillsborough sale in that previous accounting period. So a drop in figures such as revenue was to be expected in the latest set of figures. So even though turnover fell from 22.7 million in 1819 to 20.8 million in 1920, that should not be a huge surprise considering the impact of a shorter accounting period and playing 5 matches behind closed doors. That turnover in 1920 is split into 16.6 million for matchday revenue, down from 18.1 million, and 6.1 million from commercial revenue streams, down from 7.1 million. The wage bill...
Can I just say something here? One of the things Chansiri used to say that the way us like coming in as fans, that it doesn't actually show you how much money it is. That there shows you how much money fans put into the club and how much you need them. And I hope that could have made him a little bit more like, you know what, I do need to value the fan coming in. And not saying that he didn't, but when he says things like that, that is now a thing to go, look, it does help.
I'm a little bit worried because I said this and I looked at it and I don't know if my figures are exact here. As I said, I'm not an accountant. But the way I was looking at it, I was like, we could be down to lose about 6-7 million match day this year, you know, because this is for the year before. But all this season's been behind closed doors. We could be in match day and commercial. We could be down 6 to 7. The only thing is,
though, the commercial revenue stream will be up by a massive amount.
Why would you say that?
The iFollow streams.
Do they not come down as a match day substitute? It's,
well, that's the thing. It said the commercial revenue stream, so I'm wondering if that's going to get put in.
No. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean streams as in I know
it doesn't mean in stream. I mean in commercial stuff. But what I'm saying is, it might be a little bit up because people have been paying towards.
I thought commercial revenue streams were stuff like sponsorships and things like that. Commercial.
Yeah, but that's always going to be down due to Chansiri.
Yeah, but no. What I was gonna say is that I think we're going to be in for a shock that when we're in League One and it's accounts, it's going to be like, oh, we've lost quite a bit of money. Anyway, back into the article. The wage bill also fell from 36.4 million to 33.5 million between the two accounting periods, which makes sense given the short accounting period. A few big earners, including Stephen Fletcher, Alman Abdi, and Gary Hooper, were released from the squad after the end of the accounting period.
Yep.
So in next year's figures, we should see a drop in the wage bill again. We definitely should. A lot of people were saying, actually, like, how did we not drop more when we got rid of Fletcher and stuff like that? That will not be reflected in these accounts.
No.
We got rid of 40k a week Fletcher, probably the similar for Abdi.
Imagine what it's going to be on the next lot.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be a huge amount dropped.
Yeah. So next year is going to be a lot because we were trying to recover. That wage bill's going to have gone again. And then if you look at the ones that we'll be getting like this time in 2 years, probably 2 years, for this season, like you'll see this summer, the wage bill will be a League One wage bill. So hopefully it does look like it's on the right scale of decline.
Yes.
When it comes to renting Hillsborough, it cost the club $2.5 million compared to $200,000 in 18-19, and Chansiri is paying for the stadium in installments of $7.5 million over 8 years.
But that also goes to kill a lot of people thinking that he got no money. He got money. He does have money, or they wouldn't have given him the thing for it.
We're renting our stadium.
Kind of sad.
The broader picture is that Wednesday's losses are fairly normal compared to the rest of the championship for 2019-20. That's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
Where average losses were about 25 million. Understanding how the latest accounts compared to the rest of Chansiri's tenure as owner is also helpful to see how Wednesday compare against themselves. We already talked about Chansiri's other endeavours and previous podcasts. So there are a few other interesting details, including approximately 6 million for the income courtesy of striker Lucas Zhao sale to fellow championship side Reading in the summer of 2019. We talked about that at the time as well.
Also, Reading, please sell him because we'll get a bit of money back.
Yeah,
and
please.
It sounds like you actually do need to sell some players, so get working.
Yeah, definitely. And an income of £889,000 from the government furlough scheme when non-playing staff were placed on it when COVID-19 first hit 16 months ago. So you can imagine that we've got quite a bit of furlough money coming in the next lot of accounts too. And something that will be music to every Wednesday fan's ears, championship rules and spending do not apply now they're in League One, where the rules are different. We'll talk about what the rules are for League One in a different podcast.
We didn't actually put the accounts in late. This is the earliest we've ever put them in. It's just the EFL went, well, you're not taking that attention, when everyone else in the country did. Because they're not meant to actually technically be out until the end of this month. But we needed it in to get the
embargo
lifted.
Yeah. So, Kieran Maguire was tweeting about, he basically said that Sheffield Wednesday looked like being well in the profit and sustainability loss limit of 39 million after pushing their accounts yesterday. As you can see, it's 39 million. Yep. We made a total 2018. This is the important thing. 2018, 2019, 2020. 31 million. Chansiri did it. Right. Selling the stadium did it. Because we got that boost in the 2019 accounts.
Now, though, either. They voted to grab that now, haven't you?
Well, we did it.
Yeah,
we did it. And it's so 31.5 million over those 3 years. We're in the parameters, and as you can see, we're now coming down and we're resetting again. Yeah. So it's not looking as bad as it could do. As long as Chansiri can keep the cash flowing, we should be all right.
But you've noticed he's already starting to listen and learn a bit more. And it makes me wonder if the relationship with Darren Moore and Chansiri is as close as what's been said. Because the things that are happening now that we wouldn't have seen a couple of years ago with some of the managers that came in, he's actually listening. So as much as people want Chansiri out, all this lot, he's here. And I know we're in League One, and yes, a lot of it's down to players and overspending and trying to figure ways out, but he's still making accountability to go, right, I've messed up, how can I fix it? And I respect him more for that than just going, right, here you go, sell it to someone, it's your fault now.
And the accounts might not look great on first glance, but the way this sets up for the future, I'm quietly optimistic about us being able to bounce back from this now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see it go that way, even though we're not out of the woods yet.
No.
But Sheffield Wednesday have had their embargo lifted.
Good news, everybody.
It's not really been reported. It's people saying suggestively we should.
Do you know why it's not been reported? Because they did it before the England game.
Yeah, I know, but like even the local journalists have not put a piece out on it yet.
Well, this is the thing. BBC, I think BBC did an article on it today, but it was more about Derby. But it says Sheffield Wednesday are now not on the naughty step.
Well, I got it from the Derby link as well because they were talking about Derby are on the embargo list again. So I went onto the EFL website, looked at the embargoes. Derby have got a crap ton next to their name that they've done.
The big one is the HMRC for them.
Yeah.
And that's something we've actually not been hit with, which is good.
Reading are on there as well. Reading have broken profit and sustainability.
There's two, I think Fleetwood are on there in League One and Swindon Town. God knows what's going on.
But when you hit the League One tab, the nice thing is Sheffield Wednesday aren't there.
Not on it, yeah.
So
we can go sign some players.
Yeah, but cautiously.
Yes.
Cautiously. But what do you think this means? Obviously, apart from the embargo getting lifted, we can sign players.
I think this means that some of the rumours that have been going around for certain players who we're linked with or certain players who we don't know we're linked with but we might be getting, I think there's been deals that have been signed off, ready to go, that you can't do it yet until they got the embargo lifted. I'm expecting Friday, Saturday and maybe Monday, Tuesday to be very busy Wednesday-wise. We're saying we signed this person, we signed this person. I just got a feeling that they might do another, right, we're going to carpet bomb you all on one day, like they did the following weekend. It means Dan Moore can start planning stuff. He can start putting some of the ideas he wants in place. And it also means we're not massively upset the EFL now. We're now not on the naughty corner. We can start trying to be friends again.
Yeah, I think it's a great step forward. There is a chance that I hope they give it a rest now, the EFL.
Yeah.
Right? I hope they give it a rest and just let us get on with it. But there was talks about them wanting to have a pop at us for paying our players. However, they could have put us on that embargo list and slapped us for not paying our players. But I think because we got our house in order, we paid all our players, we submitted the accounts.
I think we were very clever because we didn't not pay them. We paid them just half of what they were getting. So technically we weren't not paying them. You know, because at one point, it was like, you're only getting $7,000.
Yeah.
At the first bit. So I think because There
was a time where we didn't pay them, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's why I'm saying there was a couple of times where we didn't pay them, which is a thing that I thought they were going to slap us on the wrist for and go, no, you're still in embargo because you've done this, or you're getting a points deduction, or you're doing this. They could have done that, right?
Oh, yeah,
they were well in the rights to do that. But I think because we got everything in order, we paid the players, we set up.
And
please, for the love of God, let us have a clean slate now.
And I think I think it's this week, all players that are left will be paid up as well.
They're already paid.
No, I think it was going to be the end of this week when they're all finally paid.
Did it?
Some were saying that they're already paid, and some were saying that it was the end of.
I was mainly saying that they've already been paid, but yeah, either way,
it means Chancery's not going to go to more claim court with Kieran Westwood going, pay me my money.
I think that was the thing, though. I think that's the reason we're not on that embargo list, because we've submitted the accounts and we've paid the other players. Because it's not just the players that are here.
Right things.
It's the players that are still that have gone, Jake. That I think us paying has. Yeah, and I think because we've done that, that's why we've got the embargo lifted. But yeah, it'd be nice to see us not just be able to sign like Freeze and that. We are still going to just sign Freeze and that.
Oh yeah, and trialist and loanees and stuff.
Apart from John bloody Bostock, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he'll come in and we'll pay for him for some reason.
Sheffield Wednesday, can you do me a favour? Can you have that like the whole, we're not going to let you know how much we paid because he may have a little meltdown.
Please undisclose the fee.
Yes.
For your sake. Right? When that happens, undisclose the fee. I'm not saying he's like a bad player or anything, but come on. We talk about all these frees every week, and we're going to pay for Bostock? I mean, I'll get behind him in a Wednesday shirt, but come on.